We can all shamelessly admit that we know the feeling of blundering a piece and not knowing what to do. Well, let me show you how to still win a game even though you completely blunder the piece in the opening. My opponent will play the Lancrete system, my own system, and I will show you how poisoned it is because I will just blunder my piece. Then I'll still win. How I managed to do that is just play for tricks and pray. And you might say that's hope chess because you're praying that he makes a bad move. Yes, yes. Hope chess, in my opinion, is good when you're losing. Because what else? Your opponent will have to make a mistake in order to lose the game. So you can only pressure, play positional with the pieces you have, and play for tricks and hope chess. So I will play hope chess, it will work out. Let's enjoy the game. Okay, my opponent clearly a Lancrete chess. I might have messed up. I might have messed up. Please be stupid. Please have brain damage. Please, sir. And I mean, this is the power of the Lancrete system. GG. I just lost a piece. Um, I will have some compensation, probably. So I'm not dead yet, but it's close. It is very close. Here, I should go there. You'll probably move the queen, which is quite difficult, and then I can get a double check. That's probably smart. Oh, that's incredibly smart. Like, annoyingly smart. I mean, I don't know. So, this I can meet with check. You will have to move. I can use this spin to win a bishop. Um, I mean, there is hope. You might have noticed that I messed up. So we play a Karakam, and he interestingly goes for a Lancrete system with h3. The point is that the bishop takes away this square for the bishop, and the queen takes away that. But the knight enables it, so we play h3 just to take away the bishop. In my course, I recommend e5, and after takes and takes, he has this move queen to e2, which I should have studied, and here I have to play knight to e4. Obviously, bishop d6 is met with f4. So, yeah, and I also have this in my course-ish for white, these types of moves, so I should have known. But here the move is actually knight to e4. There's a line with takes, queen takes, sacking a pawn. But now we get this type of development. You can still go for this, but now we have check. And the line stops here. This position is -2. The point being that you cannot take because of the spin. We will just castle our king, develop our last piece. And yeah, the spin is crucial. King has to move. This position is -2. I will act as if I didn't look it up. Let's go back. If you learned anything, subscribe. Nope. So this I can meet with check. You will have to move. I can use this spin to win a bishop. Um, I mean, there is hope. Not a lot, but there's hope. By the way, this is my wow. That looks special. So if I can do this and you take, I get check. Oh, but you can block. So I think I just want to develop the queen, pinning this. Maybe that's a move. And I will have to go incredibly aggressive because I'm down a piece for some reason. This I might have to sag, by the way. Oh, but knight takes. But then I can queen takes. I'm threatening to check. Picking up the rook. I'm threatening to do this with the pin and the pin. I mean, he's not out of the waters. I will try to make it very difficult. But I mean, my opponent is playing the Relancrete system, so he should just be winning. And I haven't actually prepared the lines against it yet. I just know I recommend e5 and that there are a lot of tactics. What does that do? So this you can take, take, take. Okay. Um so if you move, I get a royal fork. So let me try to make you move. Because this with that looks juicy. Here takes. Then I can take if you take. I don't know. Let's play quickly to be very annoying. If takes, I get a royal fork. If you take, I might just take. You take back, I give a check. You have to move, and I get in. I can take. I can bring my other rook. Uh, yeah, I mean, takes is just brain damaged. You will have to move. If you allow me to take with a check, I will. So there is still something going for us. You move. I could try this. You move. Take, take. Maybe I get something there in the variation. I'm not sure. Um, I mean, my opponent is very underdeveloped. If I can pawn break and get my other rook, this is looking good because I'm down a piece, but he is playing without 3 pieces. If I can include all of my pieces right now, it feels like I'm up a piece, if anything. Yeah, this is very complicated. You can take, but you cannot take back because you blunder this. Yes, so you don't have a check, you don't have a threat, so let me take. You cannot take back because of this, so you will blunder. Cool. So, I mean, the Longcrete system is clearly a very, very potent weapon, but it has to be yielded by a Longcrete chess subscriber. That's what we learned. He probably thought he was me playing my opening, but you're not subscribed to me, so get your hands off of this opening. I will check. You will be trying to be annoying. Ew, okay. Um, I really want this, but you can just take. If I do this, you still just take. How am I a nuisance? How can I be annoying? If I do this, give a check, you move, then I could even have a sacrifice that works, but I'm not seeing it yet. But yeah, let's just. You don't have a threat, right? I don't see it. So I will just put some pressure. And maybe there's a pawn break that works, but this is quite an annoying thing. I mean, trading pieces is not bad for me. But let's trade like this actually. We can trade pieces. I'm totally fine with that. But I want to keep my piece activity though. I am not willing to give you that. Yeah, Loki in his position, I wouldn't know what to do. So if you want to learn anything from this, learn your openings better than me, because my opening was absolutely trash. And when down a piece, go for the throat. Every slow game, every positional game, everything you try to be slow and methodical will not work out. Um, Because how would a slow and methodical did he not? Okay, take rook, take, knight takes, jack block. I don't know. I could just take this and shut up. Is this a problem? Wow, is that actually a problem? That's cool. Yeah, my queen is actually trapped there. So I have to take, knight takes, I take. And yeah, I don't know my plan yet, but and if you take like this, I can just take because now my queen is not getting trapped, which is huge. So I could, by the way, try and pin. Okay, that stops it. So I have check, maybe knight blocks, but I mean, it does activate my queen. If pawn blocks. Oh, you run with the king. I didn't even saw that option. Um, so how do you even win this? Um, Probably this is an improvement. I have a feeling he will. Oh, you don't trade rook, so I can actually infiltrate, which looks good. I do have to be careful for back rank, so probably a move like this makes sense, blunting the knight and the bishop, giving me an escape square. Maybe you will trade after takes and takes. I just have to look for forks for me and for him. If you do this, I do get check though. That does not look healthy for your future. Okay, to be fair, he's preparing this, I think. Oh, but I can just take because you cannot take back because this knight is hanging. And if you move this knight, I get check, you run mate. So this knight is pinned to mate, but I don't really have anything to attack you. Um, okay, that move doesn't lose. It doesn't lose. So I can just go here, further pinning this knight. My queen should not be able to get trapped. Uh, yeah. So now I get check, you move. Um, oh, I could almost take. How do you win a position like this? Check, you move here. I cannot even go there. Maybe improve my rook so that you can't really push that easily. I think this is an improvement for me. And if you push, I can take. You still cannot take because now I have check and I will pick up your knights. So, yes, you have like 3 pieces for a queen, but I don't know. I feel like I'm still in a fine position. Um, Although it's quite annoying to attack your king. I don't know, let's centralize our queen and regroup. I'm not sure how this endgame goes. Let's not blunder any infiltration. Yes, I gave you some checks, but it's covered and there are no discoveries. So it's fine. You do this, I can still take, and now you don't have discoveries like this. I mean, this will be a very tricky endgame. Um, the knights are covering each other. Maybe I should try and make a passed pawn. Maybe. Maybe check is something, but you can always just go back. And I'm not sure what I just achieved. I could try to pin this so I can take and give up my rook. So if I do this, what is your answer? Because this spin makes sure I can take this with a check. You have to take with the king and I'll be able to take. Is that a good move? I believe so. I have to be very careful because this is such a tricky matchup. Like if I do this and you go here, your knight is not defended, but you could block with the rook. I do get check, so that should be fine. I think this is a good move. Pinning this to set up this, also just attacking the pawn to win these pawns and push my passed pawns. That's also just the strategy behind it. But I think this is a very nice strat to take this, and then winning rook and bishop against queen should be way easier. Yeah, that's a fair move. So now if I take that still defended, I don't have forks. I do have take, you're forced to take. I have this check, but that doesn't do anything. So maybe I just pick up the pawn. Mm, God damn, then you have check because of the spin, you sneaky. Oh, that is so sneaky. Okay, okay, fair enough. Yeah, so I can take this and then check comes in. That's crazy. And that's another tip I want to give you. 50% of the moves are from your opponent. So look at your opponent's threats as much as you look at your own. So maybe going here, check isn't a concern. I'm still threatening the same thing, but now you don't have the discovery. The only check you have are these, but that doesn't achieve anything. I did stop guarding your infiltration, but if you want to go for that, I have take, 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 you infiltrate. Um, and I don't know, I can just check and guard these pawns if that's really my top concern. Um, so that should be fine. Now I am threatening to do this because that is not a check anymore. Oh wait, that's pinned. That's pinned to your king. Oh my god, I defended a threat that is not even there. Yeah, okay, I just saw ghosts, but it's not too bad. It's not too bad. This is still the improvement of my king, but my pawn should really go in front of my king, to be fair. Yeah, I mean, I just defended against nothing, but I mean, it is what it is. If you go here, I could take. If you attack my queen, I can just go back. If you attack my queen, I mean, I don't know. I'll be fine. Yeah, should be fine. Um, so yeah, that's probably not a bad move. So I can take now. Uh, both of your checks still don't achieve anything. I can get fork, but it's very difficult to do so. By the way, because of this pin, this knight is only defended by the rook. So if you move, I can actually just take this. After it takes breaking the pin, I have to take back with the queen, which is absolutely fine. And I did not foresee whatever this is. So what's the point? Takes is met with check. I, by the way, have check. And what do you even do? Um, oh, yeah, I cannot take because of this knight, obviously. Um, I could, by the way, just push it, but then still check, take. That gets a bit freaky, I think. So check. King moves. Yeah, I don't know what I achieved. I could just allow you, but not a fan. So, what is your threat? Takes. What now? Check. I just move. I have 10 minutes, so. Oh, you can check after. That's quite annoying, maybe. So, after takes, I really don't see another threat other than check. So what if I move here instantly? Um, your rook gets in. Is that the worst? Maybe. Maybe that is quite bad. If I take, you're forced to take with the knight because otherwise your rook is not defended. If I can just move this rook, that is a threat, by the way. If I do this, what do you answer? I'm threatening your rook. Okay, that's something else I want to learn you. Look for ways to not defend and attack. If I do this, I'm quite scared of this actually, because if I take the knight, you take, I have to hide, you can take this. And, but I did win a knight, like a full knight. But you are hunting my king quite aggressively. So, I mean, that doesn't make sense. The only way it works is like this. That's quite annoying. But I could take. Um, I mean, I always have a check to bail, I think. So let's do this. I think that in times you don't know how to defend, the best thing to do is not to defend. Usually. So this is probably your most potent way to give away your knight. Um, that blunders a rook. But then you'll take. Then I'll have to defend the pawn. And then you can take my queen. Okay, okay. So I can take a free rook. You take this. Um, free rook. Take this. I can stop promotion with my king, but it's quite risky. But I'm still threatening your knights. But you do have checks, but I can blockade. So takes, block with the king. You give one of these checks. I have to go here. From those points, you cannot do anything useful yet. It will take one more move to do something useful, but I do have queen check. Um, so I believe I can defend this, but it's incredibly risky. Let's go. So I think here, if I move my rook, I lose my queen, so I have to defend with the king so that you cannot promote. You can give these checks, but I can hide on g8. Okay, I didn't see this variation. Does that not just blunder? By the way, I can also take your knight, stopping promotion. And I have checks. I don't know what you're doing. Was that a mouse slip? Potentially. So now I'm stopping promotion quite comfortably. So I have double check and double check, but they both don't do anything. Oh, I could. Oh no, my queen is hanging. So let's sack my rook with a double check, take this pawn, and yeah, so now it should be GG. I'm up a full queen and 3 pawns for a bishop. Okay, so that was a horrible game. But I mean, if you learned anything, by the way, and like the actual practical tips, because a lot of people will just go through their thought process, but I actually say to you what I'm thinking about and what you can take away from this. So he plays the Lancrete system, which is fantastic. This is the best move. Take, take, take. That's a blunder. I have to block. Yeah. So I choked. Castles, take, take. You cannot take. That's a losing move. That's the best move, and that's a blunder. Because I have this instantly. If you take, I calculated this. Take, check. Oh, I only calculated check. That doesn't work. I can take the bishop with an attack on your queen. And apparently I have a threat so vicious that you have to give up your queen. What if you just save your queen? I can just retreat. And oh, I just got my piece back. Oh, yeah, okay, I just got a piece back. That's it. Okay, fair enough. So take, and if you take, I can just take, and I just got my piece back. That's it. And yeah, you have to take apparently so that you can go for the imbalance. But you're already losing. That's cool. So this is horrible, but I'm still losing. And here, yeah, okay. So that's a blunder. Again, the same thing. This. If you go away, I have takes with a check. Knight, pawn takes. Pin your bishop. You have to move. I can kick your bishop, which looks like an absolute waste of time, by the way. Take, take, and I'm down a piece and completely losing because I have the incredible resource. Completely the move that I played, by the way. I played that move. Incredible. So I have no clue why I'm that winning. It's a weird engine line. I don't care. It's not human to find it. So I just develop a piece, cry about it. He does the best move. I do a move. You do the best move. I take, which is fine. And here you blunder. You should have taken. I can take. And In this position, I thought I was worse, but I do have a strong pawn break. Your king is weak. My rook is coming. I'm using all of my pieces, and you have two rooks in the corner. So I thought I might have a chance to finish this very quickly, and that's exactly what you have to do. If you're down a piece, you will lose any slow game. If you play this slow and positional, there's nothing positional to play for. Positionally playing is controlling important squares. You are down a piece. You cannot control more squares than your opponent. So don't even try. You have to go for the throat. You have to go for the king. And that is exactly what I do. And I got lucky. I find a great move, take the queen, give this check, which is bad. I should have developed for, okay, this check activates my rook, but it activates your knight as well. Fair enough. Yeah, so this is not great. I should have given a check. And then I take with a check. I don't know why I didn't do that. Yeah, that's incredible. I have no clue why I was scared. Anyway, this is horrible. That's bad though. Now I can take knight take, free pawn. You develop your knight. That's the best move. I just do some positional thing. Uh, Infiltrating is bad. Tremendous. Okay, that's an inaccuracy. Best move. Okay, so I just stopped your advancement, by the way. That was what I'm trying to do. You develop your king. Putting my queen in the center, that's also a big takeaway. If you are in any middle game or end game, knights should go towards the king. Bishops and queens should be in the center. Rook should be on open files and the 7th rank. He wants his rook here. Bishop is great as it is, and the knight should come closer. That's it. So anything that moves diagonally controls more squares, the more centered it is. Let's say a bishop here controls some 7-ish squares. I think it's 7 on the dot, yeah. So a bishop here controls 7 squares. If you look at this bishop, that's 3, 3. 3 is 9 with 4. So that's 13. 7 to 13, that's double its value. A bishop has double its value in the center than in a corner. So the queen is the same thing. It has to go in the center to be more valuable. So this bishop is a beast. It is stunning my pawns. It is stunning the pawns here. It's defended and it's defending and it's controlling so important infiltration squares for my rook. This bishop is a beast. These knights are not. These knights should really try to come forward. Um, Maybe I don't know what to do with this knight. This knight is a big problem. And this rook is mid. This should go on an open file, preferably on my 7th rank. So my opponent didn't really play the best positional game. But you are a Lunkry Chess subscriber. If you are, what is it, like 35-ish minutes, it will be probably even more. In this video, I learned you so much already. Hit the subscribe button. You're officially a Lunkry Chess subscriber. Let's go. So, uh, diagonal pieces in the center, knights, forwards, rooks, open files, and 7th ranks. That's it. My rook is on the 2nd rank. Fantastic. My queen is in the center. Fantastic. That's how I find this move so fast. That was in 22 seconds. And yeah, rook on the open file, not a bad move. I stop your infiltration, which is apparently bad. I mean, I don't know why I would play h5 and allow your rook in. Then I get f6 with a tempo. And you cannot even attack my pawns. Yeah, maybe I overestimated your infiltration, but I don't care. That's a bad move. This is fine. This is a mistake. Okay, so yeah, I thought that If I take, you have knight here, which is a royal fork together with this pin. I just forgot about this pin. So I defended shadows, that's why it's an inaccuracy. Now it does work, except my king is gone. This is the best move, it's all fine. That was a tricky move, fair enough. So I really wanted to take, but I was scared of check. And now you see exactly what I said. Like, this knight is incredible, this bishop is incredible. This knight can still defend the king and defend the knight, and this rook should really go here. So I calculated this, but I was scared of rook f7. And I just have to sag this pawn, which is quite hard to do. And now, for example, if I just do this and you get your knights for, oh, that's pinned. Okay, so let's say you get your knights in here, right? You have an incredible rook on the 7th and on a open file. You have a bishop in the center pressuring everything, and you have two knights very close to my king. This looks losing. I cannot lie, that looks absolutely losing to me. Um, you don't really have threats yet because my king is quite safe on a light square, but it looks so easy to just blunder forks and skewers. But all of my pieces are on light squares, which makes it very difficult for you to fork anything, but still doesn't look pleasant. Um, so I mean, I didn't want to allow that. That's why I played this, but you make this mistake. Okay, so I did have to calculate because I thought about takes, and now I have to find the incredible move rook to e8, but that just blunders my queen. So I have to calculate that I have to defend this with my king. You have two checks, which is absolutely annoying. Oh, that, okay, so you only have this check to not blunder the pawn, but I have king here, and you don't have a check to force my king, by the way, almost in a checkmate. If you could put your your knights here, that's mate. Which is quite a funny sight. Like, that's mate. But if you could give this check, you give a check, I have to run, and you queen with a check, sacrificing the knight, but you just queened with a check. So I did calculate the whole sequence. But I think that's a mouse slip. I cannot lie. I think he mouse slipped, blundered the knight. He tried something here. Apparently, I have mate in 5. This you have to queen to a knight, probably. You cannot stop this mate, so you have to just go for the check. If you make a queen, that's just mate. So you have to make a knight. I have to move. You can do this with a check. If I take, you give another check. So I have to run, making sure you don't have checks. Now you have to defend the knight. I can take this. There are no checks. And now you go here, check and mate. That's funny, but yeah, I think this was a mouse slip, but I did calculate the whole sequence. This, go here, check, I can block, and in this position, I'm completely winning. If you go for this, I might sack my rook. Yeah, that's the best move. Takes, fork. You do have this, though. Yeah, probably I don't sack my rook. If I don't see this move, which just blocks your knight and kills everything. And then the counterplay will come in. I can take this, I stop all of your checks. You can give me a check, I'll come forwards. I have a passed pawn. If you couldn't block the check, I would for sure sacrifice. Oh, I have check also. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay, this is way easier. I would have done this. And if you want to be cocky, you could sack your queen, but I wouldn't really recommend it. Take, go forwards, push, takes, push. You are faster. It takes 1, 2, 3, four, five, six, seven, 8 moves for him to queen, so he will have to defend. So it should work. I mean, what do you even do here? Your best move is getting your king backwards, and now I could sacrifice it. Is absolutely not necessary, but I mean, this is the square. The king cannot get out of this. If this, we can just take, and the king is not in the square anymore. So I don't know why the engine suggests that, but doesn't matter. You could sag the queen, it's not necessary. I hope you enjoyed. We both learned a lot. I should learn my openings. That's how you find counterplay in a completely losing position. The Lancret system is just absolutely venomous. I just blundered against my own opening, and that was not for the clickbait. And yeah, that's how we won. So you probably enjoyed, learned a lot. You're like 45 minutes in this. So subscribe, like, share with other nerds, and I'll see you in the next one.